Went in realizing everything wasn't going to be perfect. There were going to be a few things that, as is the case in every game, forget about them, move on, okay? Believe in what you're doing, trust in what you're doing, and it'll work out in the end. And the players did a real good job of that.
Coach, you told me at halftime you wanted to play with a little bit more power in the second half. To have the kind of drive you did late where you feed Cedric Pierman the ball 7 straight times, was that pretty encouraging?
Well, we settled whenever we've been fortunate enough to win. We've had a number of occasions where we could say that there are two real keys to the fourth quarter, or often there are two keys to the fourth quarter, and that's fourth quarter running and pass rush. And those two things were certainly evident tonight.
Defensively, for all the time and yardage that Western Michigan had with the football, your defense kept them out of the end zone offensively. Can you talk about that?
It was a very good performance by the defense. Obviously, they played quite a few plays. The opponent never got a touchdown on the defense. That's pretty notable on their part. It was a certain kind of game that, was all about 4 yards at a time. There was no attempt. There was absolutely no attempt to ever go up the field with the ball. That negated a lot of things. You can do that as much as you want, and the plan was wise. The plan was wise. It negated the pass rush. Okay? It negated the pass rush. It's hard to rush the pass when the ball comes out that quickly. There were no vertical throws in the game. It's almost like a refusal to throw the ball vertically. You're going to, get some catch and runs on that thing. But the only statistic that we look at on defense is points allowed. Okay, and on defense, okay, we allowed 12 points. That's a pretty darn good night. I thought Marcus did a terrific job with his team today. He got the ball up the field accurately and for big plays that gave us a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence early in the game. Obviously, he made some plays that not too many quarterbacks can make besides Marcus. And as was the case so many times before, his team won a game that certainly would have been a lot more difficult to win if he wasn't the quarterback. So I feel real positive about what Marcus did.
Was the instant replay used tonight at any point?
It was not. It was not. It's my understanding that when it's used, we'll all be very aware of it. Okay. The only time that there was a conference with whoever's upstairs keeping track is when somebody lost track of the downs. And so they went over to confirm what had happened. I think that's the only time that they had conversation upstairs.
Marcus's 2 interceptions, bad reads, bad routes, or?
Well, I've seen that happen before on screens. You see the guy coming, the rusher really doesn't make much penetration. The quarterback's really looking at the whole flow of the screen element coming out. He got in between them, and it's just an unfortunate thing. I can't recall that it's ever happened to him in practice or a game, and it's just one of those deals. I'm sure on the second one, he knew immediately what had happened on it, and it was a case in that drive. It was pretty much the same coverage repetitively. That guy kept seeing stuff come into the area. He did a real good job of kind of baiting him into the throw. Once he baited him into the throw, he jumped it, and so.
Can you talk a little bit about Pierman's performance?
That was very positive, Jerry. When we lost Wally right early in the game, and we're kind of looking at some different options there, and finally worked ourselves on down to Cedric, and particularly from him, we got more of what we wanted from him than we did from anybody else. So it's a very positive break-in for him. You can see that he's got good amount of firepower, and he's certainly got sufficient toughness to go with it too. So he certainly helped the team a great deal tonight, and that's a very positive thing for a young player to be able to step up and do in his very first game. He's come in under those circumstances, step up and make a difference in the game, and obviously he helped his circumstances out a lot too.
You mentioned firepower and toughness. What about his ability to hold on to the ball when they were trying to strip it, and when some other people didn't hold on to it very well?
No, as I say, he helped his circumstances a lot, and there's a lot of different ways he did, and that's one of them.
Coaches, do you have any update on Wally?
Sprained his foot.
Okay.
I was pleased overall with the special teams. Kurt had a great night kicking the ball, and when the ball was being returned, we got some terrific coverage. We had a great play there from Ottawa. I've talked about what a good special teams player Ottawa is, and that was an outstanding play that he made. Tackled the guy inside the 20. We had 3 very good returns from Cedric, and then the only ones we didn't return is when they kind of acknowledged the danger of his returns, and Blute kicked the ball, so that gave us a first down on the 30-yard line, which was not too far from where we were returning it in the first place. So we got similar type of field position as if we had been returning the ball. So that part of the game worked out well. Obviously, Chris Gould's punt down on the 1-yard line was a very positive for us. So all those things kind of showed some of the work the guys have put in paid off. We got good results for those things. I'm happy to win. It's been 9 months since we won a game. I'm real happy to win. I told the players that. Okay, I feel like I haven't felt in 9 months. Okay, we won. Okay, that's pretty good feeling. Okay, that's pretty good feeling. Now we got one more win than Oklahoma's got. Okay, that feels pretty good too. So, if you poop-on around and looking for what's wrong and this and that, okay, was it perfect? Nope, it wasn't perfect. Can we do some things better? We better do some things better. Okay, but I'm real happy about it. I'm not going to let my ego, okay, or the ego of the team get in the way of it. Okay,